Yo, Pirate Radio episode 48. No champagne though, because I ain't just had time. It's been a tough week, you know what I mean? Eddie, you know what I mean? Nah, y'all don't know what the fuck I mean. But my brother passed away. 420. Out of all the days, right? Like, this is me on my selfish grieving, by the way. I mean, I handle grief differently, you know what I mean? I think, or I guess, or whatever. Like, I never be, sitting here thinking about that. But, yeah, man, like, I'm just holding my head. Like, when it comes to death, the reason why I gotta make sure I explain that my way, is because, like, especially for my brother, right? Like, of course it hurts. And I'll drop my tears here and there. I just hate seeing my mom cry. That's the main shit. And I just, I view the memories. I just think about that. Like, when I'm thinking, I'm not thinking about the death. Like, of course I'm thinking about the death. But I'm just thinking about no more memories. And then you think about the memories that you already had in the past, especially being my fucking brother, And he passed at 43. His name Maxie Martinez, aka Goofy. So he always went by that. And he was a outgoing person. He was the glue of the family. Like, it's funny because I was just saying that the last couple years, because I just noticed, like, I'm not the type to just call everybody up, yo, hey, let's go, we out, but he was always like that. Even for goods and the bads, man, because sometimes, like, man, Max, I don't got money, you know what I'm saying, or we both won't have money and we will still, whatever, we do this, but he will do whatever, like, to just have that party and chill. And that's good, I guess, looking back, right? Because, like, if you think about it, like, he lived his life, obviously he wasn't on the fucking yacht and boats and shit, you know what I'm saying, but he made the best out of anything that he had. And think about it. If somebody would have told you, hey, you're gonna die at age 43, my man, you're gonna be fucking, you're gonna be probably like a junkie because you're gonna just go through every drug because you just can't fathom that. That's why, like, that's another point for God, because, well, according to what I believe in, you know what I'm saying, other people believe that, like, two rocks collided and out of nowhere fucking humanity was born and thought, you know what I'm saying, strategy, but maybe it was, we just don't know. And that's the beauty of it, we do not know. And with all the technology that we gonna have, rest assured we won't know probably what happens exactly when you die or after death. Is there life after death? Isn't it crazy to think about that shit? Out of all the technology that we have, unless they don't want to tell us, because you'd be surprised the technology they have now that you'd be like, what? Yeah, and they'll just use it for, obviously, number one, for war, for tactics, what I'm saying, to compromise people. Because, like, it's different saying, like, yo, I can't walk in this place because there's cameras and shit. And what if it's like, motherfucker, there's a satellite right now that can pinpoint every single person simultaneously. Then you'd be like, whoa. So then what you gonna do? You gonna change the way you behave? Because if these people could literally, like, this is when like, I can't have a radio station because I'm just jumping to different things. Like, I was gonna open it to speak about my brother, which I will, obviously, but I just gotta go to different topics, like, as you talk. So think about it. Like, will they tell us? They will never tell us. Why would they tell us that? Like, obviously we'll freak out. Like, God damn, they can see all of our movements. You know what I'm saying? Like, by choice, it'll make you think about how to react to certain things. But just think about it on a grander scale. You know what I'm saying? With God. If God will come down and say, yo, I'm God, y'all better, stop what the fuck y'all be doing and shit, in terms of killings and crimes and shit, right? Then what that becomes dictatorship. Then we won't have free will. This is a little thing I be thinking about. And this is a thing that I can fathom and I can have a conversation as I get older and get wiser. You would have told me this shit, I would have been on my phone by the time you're finished with the PowerPoint. It's weird how, and listen, not all the time, because I was going to say when you're young, you don't listen. No, some kids do listen. You know what I'm saying? Kids listen. Some take it with them, some don't. So then when the mistakes happen, then maybe they will, listen to certain things that they remember, and then they go to a better path. But it's hard to tell a young person, hey, this is how it is when you're older. You can be like, man, fuck out of here. You're not really gonna say that, but it's that young mentality that, the hormones is kicking in. You know what I'm saying? When you go to school, I guess, all the girls fucking with you and all that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. When you want to kick your wisdom and shit. But then as you get older, that's the beauty of it. And it's funny how there's a saying like, oh, you got gray hair. No, people don't realize, like, you want to get to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ask kids in Chicago probably, where the murder rate is left and right crazy. These people will never see gray hair. They dying at 15, 16, 20, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that they don't ever get to see, and it's kind of a shame, but that is the area they're born in. And it's ridiculous that that's happening, and the president sends $800 million to Ukraine. You feel me? Because they're showing us what? Because, I had a conversation with my mom, actually today. Breaking off the whole thing with my brother, sometimes it's good to chat about something else. For people who have lost loved ones, it's just, especially for my mom, it's just phone calls after phone calls, and rightfully so, especially in this era where nobody calls each other, right? Like, that's I guess it's sad that we got to see that only in death, but think about it. Probably, like, if you call somebody all the time, they're like, what the fuck you call me all the time for? Like, it probably will get to that level because we're just so used to texting. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy because if you bother somebody with that, that's the most memorable shit that we remember if you passed. Looking at just, death, because that's how, bringing it back to my brother. It's crazy. I'm jumping all these windows of ideas, and it goes back to my brother. But he was like the glue, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, if you leave it to me, I won't be gathering people up for parties. Like, I would, yeah, but it's that, I don't know. I guess it's that that era effect. I don't know, because it might be just me. You know what I'm saying? But there be times where you want to just go ahead and be out, and you just think about the getting there and the coming back. Oh, the Uber is there and that, typical shit that you would just use just to, like, not go and chill and party. You know what I'm saying? Not with my brother, you know what I'm saying? And then especially if my moms will go, we will all go, you know what I'm saying? And then we have a, chill, have fun and shit. But it's like you need somebody like that in the family, because if it was a bunch of me in your family, like if you have like 4 brothers and they're all like me, nobody will be chilling and, spending good time with the family. You know what I'm saying? This is me as an adult, because you would tell younger kids that, and, usually kids don't want to do that. But I can't say that either, because even as that's because I was in Connecticut. Because usually kids would be like, we see each other every day, but, since we don't see each other every day, like, that's how you will gather up and shit like that. And it's even in memes, like, me trying to find an excuse not to chill, and that happens, you know what I'm saying? So, and this is not gonna be one of those speeches like, yo, now whenever somebody calls you, go to all of them. Hell no, because I ain't gonna keep it fake, nigga. Like, fuck that shit. But it makes you appreciate those moments. And in the case of my brother, I was just chilling with him on Easter, which was about 2 days before he passed, right? When was Easter? I don't know. But 2 days before he passed, yeah, because Easter was the 17th and he passed on the 20th. So 3 days before he passed, chilling, playing dominoes. You would have never thought something fucking was gonna happen. So shocking. And so far from what they're telling us, is heart related. So, and it's weird because he's fucking 43 years old. He died at 43. It's still even weird saying that he died. But it's just because, I think about the great memories, and they have bad memories. Like when he took my fucking car from Connecticut. He took my car to Connecticut on some fucking Romeo and Juliet and shit to go see a chick in New York. Can you believe this shit? This motherfucking Ferris Bueller. And I had to wake up the next day, and you can tell, like, this motherfucker was crazy. I have my money, like my wallet. He took $20 out of my wallet and took the keys in the car out of nowhere in the middle of the night. That's how he was. That shit got me so fucking pissed. And now I can just look back at that shit and laugh. That's what I guess, you know what I'm saying, the death of a person. You think I'm gonna go through like, yo, motherfucker? Like, no. What you think I'm gonna go to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a fun memory. It becomes fun memories, you know what I'm saying? If he was still alive, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be mad at him still for that shit. You know, and obviously when you're brothers, you know what I'm saying, you can have all that fucking anger, but when y'all see each other, it's like, damn, it's been a while I haven't seen him. He came to Connecticut again. And after that shit, I saw him, whatever, but like, I just chose not to speak to him. And then he came to Connecticut. And then I was coming from work and I hear his voice as I'm going up the stairs. I'm like, oh fuck, here's this dude is. And when we just saw each other, we embraced each other. And then he was kind of like, he was crying. I ain't gonna front. So I was like, damn, this nigga, like in my mind, I'm like, yo, this nigga crying? But you know, looking back, you'd be like, damn, he really felt bad at what he did and shit. And one of my other homeboys was there. He was crying too. I was just rolling, like, you know, because I was just like, oh shit. It was just so shocking to me, like, for all that to happen right there. And, you know, I had that anger, but when I walked in and I saw him, that shit went away. And that's what real brotherhood is. You know what I'm saying? So when you have people you call yourself brothers with, and if you see each other, y'all don't get that feeling like, man, fuck all that shit. Then y'all wasn't really brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's how I view my shit, because he did shit that, you know, my friends won't do. And if my friends would have did, we would have definitely not talked. You feel me? Like, because you just take it as a stranger. But when it's family and it's brotherhood, it's different. I you know, you do have some brothers that, you know, probably hate each other and shit, but thank God this was never the case. You know, and so yeah, from Easter to the 20th, for that to happen, it was just very, very shocking. You know, but listen, yes, maybe, you know, in the funeral I will cry my eyes out and all that shit, but you know, I handle grief different. Like the day he passed, the same day, like it was still it was way too shocking, especially when I got the news, you know, obviously. But that night, man, I was just like, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna get me a pack of beers and I'm gonna listen to Tito Rojas, which is, you know, his favorite salsa artist. That's this music we would play all the time. Because obviously I can sit here and cry and just feel more depressed. And listen, why not? And you know, who's to say that? Because I know that the ultimate bomb is gonna be when my mom passed. You feel me? And that's why I feel more sorrow for her, because like, man, like, you know, we were supposed to bury our moms, not my mom to my brother. So you know how that goes. My mom is taking it, you know. I can't even be like, yo, mom, it's okay. You just can't say. You gotta let her grieve. You know what I'm saying? And low key, I think that was her favorite. I always used to tell her that, because you know, when he was young, he was a problem child, man. He wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? As a young teenager and stuff like that. So I guess that stays with you as a parent. I'm not a parent, but you can just tell. My mom will always be like, "This is the last time I'm speaking to your brother. You know what he did?" And then that's when I just gotta I leave the I'm not saying that I did this, but that's when you envision like Saved by the Bell or like The Fresh Prince, like a comedy. That's when you just take the phone recorder, place it next to the phone, and just press play. So you could just play the recorded tape of you going, what? No way. That's crazy. What? No way. That's crazy. And you just leave the recording there. Because my mom would just go in. And then I get a phone call. Yeah, hey, I'm here with your brother. We're chilling in his house. I'm like, look at this motherfucker. I remember one time I told my mom, don't ever, like, I stopped her when she was trying to tell me like another episode. I was like, yo, mom, before you, I don't want to hear no more of that shit. I told her straight up like that. You could tell, like, this is why I used to get fucking smacked up by her when I was a little kid. I was too fucking sarcastic. But yo, just recently, I was like, yo, mom, ceased from speaking about my brother, because all it takes is 2 weeks and a phone call, and y'all gonna speak and y'all gonna meet up. Like, what the hell? My mom got mad at that for that. Yo, but you know what I'm saying? Good thing that it wasn't like he passed and then they wasn't on speaking terms. Oof. And it's crazy because on the 20th, That's when we was chilling in East or whatever, playing dominoes and shit. My mom forgot something in his house, so she went back the next day, and everything, he looked normal. So it's just crazy how shit could just change from literally moments. So that makes me think, you feel me? Because I'm like, damn, you should just fucking live your life like a fucking road dog. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, yeah, but when you party too much, something bad could happen, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes you have to look at my sometimes, like the sometimes memes. But you have to give it thought. Like, you have to just live life on some shit. Like, when it comes to you, it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta have a balance. Almost in everything. I guess if you drink too much water, you die. If you don't drink water, you die. So, I don't know. Look at me with my fucking wisdoms, right? But, yeah, man, that's how I see it. It's like, yo, when it comes to you, it comes to you, yo. Because imagine you live your life like a saint. But when you're 44, 43 or something, it's boom, there's no excuses. And you could tell maybe some fucking person in the scientist lab created a time machine, and they just decided to blow that shit up and never create one again, and that's why we don't have it. Because they probably must have been like, yo, so what happens if you're trying to cheat death when you're supposed to die? And you could tell that's why they made movies about like Final Destination, like when you're trying to cheat death, you're still gonna die. Like, it's just no matter what, it's gonna just happen. Even in the movie Time Machine, and I'm gonna tell you a name that y'all probably all forgot. Whoever's young listening to this, y'all not gonna remember. But there was this actress slash singer first, then slash actress or whatever. Her name was Samantha Mumba. She was like some Indiecita, chick. I think from London or some shit. She had one song that was popular. But I saw her in this movie, The Time Machine. And that's when one of the dudes, he proposed to his wife in Central Park, but at the time of the proposal, she accepted. They was walking and they got mugged, and the dude shot the wife because she didn't want to give up the ring, the you know what I'm saying, the engagement ring. So he shot her, whatever. He ran away. So the dude was so frustrated that he built the time machine. Long story short. And what kept on happening is that when he kept meeting her, so as soon as he met her, he was like, let's leave, because he was gonna tell her a different time. So he was like, whew, that worked. We got out of Central Park. Damn, so you could make changes. All right, cool. So he was like, and then as soon as he did that, he was like, he told the carriage, because this was like a movie in the 1912s or some shit like that, before cars. So he told the carriage, the horseman carriage or whatever you call those people. He was like, yo, stop right here. And he was like happy that his time machine worked. He avoided the whole tragedy that was supposed to happen there. So now when he went to get flowers, when the camera follows him into the florist shop or whatever, you hear like a accident happening, like between two horses, like boom. So then he's like, what? And he looks. So the movie kind of skips ahead of a little bit, and then that's basically she passed away again. She got killed again. So I think he did it a third time, or he just got it right there, like, oh shit, wait a minute, no. What's meant to be is meant to be. You can tell this is why, like, I gotta have a podcast. But so it goes back to what I was talking about, like, just, I guess, live your life. But I can't say live your life. I feel fake saying that, because if it's like live your life, all right, but where's the fucking live your life money? You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm taking my sip, by the way, my Heinekens. I'm celebrating the death of my brother. Not celebrating like that, but celebrating life and remembering his life. You know what I'm saying? Because part of me I would say part of me, he will feel distraught, but I'm gonna remember him my way. You feel me? So his music, his and he was like when I put his music on, it's basically like 2000s music. He liked Fabulous and shit. Fabulous first album, because we had mad stories. He was in CT. I remember my my mom, he came to Connecticut, right? Because I was like, nigga, it's mad boring over there. He was like, what? He was like, yo, all right, yo, I'm gonna go over there. Fuck that, son. We gonna walk. Fuck it. And I was like, yeah, I walk and shit, but it's mad boring. You don't see nobody outside walking. In Connecticut, everybody had a car. So I was like, my friends look at me crazy when they'll be like, yo, don't worry. Give me half an hour and I'll pick you up. In Connecticut, I was like, nah, nigga, I walk over there. And they were like, what? Because it was like, what is it? Yo, listen, I used to walk, I'm not even gonna say everywhere in Connecticut, in New Britain where I was at. But damn, I will have long walks. Because first of all, even before I had friends in Connecticut, I had to fucking go and at least find some recreation of something. So I would go to like the Blockbuster that they had, but that was a long ass journey walking. And at sometimes, you be asking for your mom and they busy, they gotta go somewhere or whatever. So you just like, man, fuck it. Yo, mom, I'll be back. And I would just go, I'll walk to the Blockbuster or any other rental shit that came after that, because Blockbuster was already dead by that time, I think. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would do it. So in Connecticut, we would walk left and right. Fuck it. Me and my brother, we from New York. So this dude came, and even another time, I remember another time he came to Connecticut, but he, him and my mom argued or whatever. And this nigga, he had little girlfriends here and there when he would stay in Connecticut. He was crazy. So I remember that one time he came and he knocked on the window because my mom was letting him in the house. And I'm like, who the fuck is knocking? Oh shit, that's Maxie. So I look, but this motherfucker had one of the hottest shirts I ever fucking seen. He had an airbrush dope ass shirt with the name Goofy on it, and like some skyline or some shit. And I was looking at it. I'm like, oh shit, yo, Maxie, what's up? And he like, yo, nigga, what's good? What you doing? Mommy there? I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, yo, what happened? Like, nah, we argued. She know how she is, nigga. I was like, yeah, nigga, I know. And then I was like, yo, hold up, nigga, where the fuck you got that shirt? And he was like, oh, nigga, you see this shit, this fly, right? Look, but watch this, look at the back. And he turned around and it said, The Bronx. And he specifically was like, yo, no, but look how the Bronx is spelled. It's not THE. I made sure I put DA, The Bronx. This nigga was crazy like that. Yo, and that's why everybody loved him. You know what I'm saying? Connecticut, everybody, he was older than my group, you know what I'm saying, our friends, but it was just like he was the same age in a way, like full of life, obviously. There was a time that, I was gonna even say like, oh, there was a time that he would be mad. I rarely saw him mad. Like sometimes you'll be probably a little bummed out, but you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if he was bummed out, shit, get a pack of beer, you know what I'm saying? And he be always chilling. He always had my back, yo. Yeah, and then he, because at that time, in CT, like, he used to be out all the time. Like, he had his own friends and all that shit that I'm still friends with to this day. You know what I'm saying? And he knew a dude who like knew how to airbrush mad fucking beast. Like, he eventually ended up having his own shop. AJ from New Britain. People from New Britain are listening, they will know. And I still want to go and get an airbrush shirt now. And I'm saying now, no, I'm talking about like last year. I'm just trying to somehow, I guess, ask somebody if they have seen AJ, so I can get a fucking 2022 airbrush shirt. But he had a dope ass shirt, and I was like, yo, where the fuck is this dude at? Cause I want to get my shirt. I got my shirt. I went to school, yo. And I'm not gonna say that I had the first airbrush shirt in Connecticut. Obviously not. Some people probably went to him. But the thing was that we started doing ideas and like concepts and shit. You could tell we was born in Connecticut. But it was because of Maxie, because Maxie knew the dudes he was chilling with. They knew that there was a dude airbrushing who he will airbrush in the back of his house. This is before the store. I used to get my airbrush from AJ, so only a certain few people I think obviously knew. But AJ himself, he was like, "Yo, y'all was one of my first customers," and I don't know if he was lying. But after that, that's how you got like the famous fucking. I'm gonna say the famous because I'm not gonna be like downplaying my era in high school, but we basically was known for like the Dipset shirts. This is how fucking boule we was. Well, now I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I'm talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Just me. And y'all already know when I say boule, it's like Explaining it will make it worse. But it's just like, I guess you know how when people become Christians and they be like, when I was in the world, and they mean by, when they say the world, they mean by like how, see, I can't even explain it. Because first of all, I'm out here drinking and I do my edibles. So, you know what I'm saying? But they basically speak on a certain different way that they used to think. That's a better way to put it. Because I was gonna just say some other reckless shit that's gonna offend people and shit, which that's not what I meant. You know what I'm saying? Like a different thought. Because obviously it just takes with age, but I also had a different thought back then too. I wasn't really like a follower. But I say that because like one of the shirts that I had, no, it wasn't an airbrush shirt. But this is when I was like the different way of thinking. Because I did have an airbrush shirt, but I remember one time I bought this shirt to start school with. And I remember clearly I had just a shirt, which was like at that time where everybody had like, this is when you know I was following it. Because I just go by what everybody wanted. Kind of still now though, right? So I can't be talking shit. But everybody was getting those shirt pressed. So it was just a square. And then people would just have a Michael Jordan picture, a Biggie picture, and then they got bad when it was like SpongeBob pictures and shit. Or SpongeBob, a Scarface themed SpongeBob and shit. That's when you know it got bad. But and so people would just have like a stamp on, a heat pressed picture or whatever. And guess which one I fucking had to start school, nigga, in high school. It was a fucking John Gotti portrait. I blame my mom though. My mom should have been checked me, but you could tell I would have been like, "You don't control me, lady." You know what I mean? Like that fucking whole Maury show shit. Nah, I would have not did that. I can never get disrespectful like that with my mom. But you know, like I would have been like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But she never really. Maybe she didn't see it. Nah, she must have. And it's just, I look back and it's like, what am I trying to say with that shirt? Like, what the fuck? Is that my relative? Like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Like, that's something that I always regretted. But at that time, you couldn't tell me shit. I was like, man, that's John Gotti, nigga. He killed mad people. And listen, I'm not saying that. Listen, everybody is good and bad. Cause think about it. Don't get it twisted. When this country goes and bomb people, it's coming by ideas from men. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's a lot of things that they don't tell us, obviously, that they won't tell us. So we will be like, what the fuck? But, you know, people are extreme, especially Hillary Clinton. How about that one? You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have a John Gotti shirt than a fucking Hillary Clinton shirt. I'll tell you that. And look how sleazy they are. It's politics, right? So they even ask you to donate for their campaign. Can you believe that shit? Look how, this is my segment. Give a round of applause for white people, man. Round of applause. Round of applause for white people. God damn, they nice with it. This chick, Hillary Clinton, just sends shots from up top, forces rappers to take pictures with them. She's the real Alpo. She's Alpo. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, yo, oh yeah, you who, Jay-Z? Yeah, you're gonna tap dance over here. They tap dance. Deacon for free. I know. They probably pay. They pay so much so you can just shut up and never even bring them up again. You know, what is money to them? You know, they barely pay taxes. That's why Elon Musk is pissed. He's like, yo, these people over here sending tweets out like, you know, pay your fair share, when I pay more taxes than anyone in the I think he said like in the history of the world or some shit like that, because he has too much money. And he was like, yo, but yeah, these people who are in there telling me this, they don't pay no taxes. But yeah, long story short, these people are fucking corrupt. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird how, you know what I mean, like the real crooks you barely get to see. And that's why I was going to talk about this also. I was going to be like, yo, isn't it weird still though that like Pablo Escobar wanted to be a politician, and he was telling people, like the people up in the government, like, yo, I'll clear your debt, I have enough money for that. And they still was like, no. That's lets you know, like, maybe that was a great decision, you know what I'm saying? Because they're probably looking at the bigger picture, like this nigga will really go ahead and out there kill you and shit. These politicians, even though they got their own hitters and killers, CIA or Blackhawks or whatever the fuck, right? So, you know what I'm saying? It depends how you want to think about it. But, you know, maybe it was somebody else who, like, cause think about it, whoever has the most money in a certain area, the biggest drug dealer, the biggest person that was, you know what I'm saying, transporting specific drugs even before, like, there wasn't even a government. Those are the people who have the most, you know, resource. Eventually that becomes money. And then eventually you're just a controller of an area. Then you set up presidents. Maybe it's like that, because you're telling me that it's just the president and there's nobody else behind them, and that's it, that's how it is. There's gotta be somebody else behind them that will be like, okay, hold up, final word, I'll say this. Because the JFK family, they were fucking like what, smuggling liquor and shit. I forgot how that proper term is. But yeah, they were making their money off of that illegally, which was illegal. So then until it got lifted. But you know, they made their money, and then what they did, they got into politics. Manny Pacquiao, he got enough money, and you know, is over there in the Philippines, bet. So now he's gonna get into politics. And I heard that like people don't fuck with him, cause they just thinking like he's just doing that shit for like a publicity stunt. But you never know. Those are the people that might change shit for real, because you know, people just be like, nah, just give me another politician, another politician that's gonna be there and not move shit. I never seen somebody really move shit like Trump, and I you know, here I go with the Trump shit, I'm sure. But I remember this dude was just whipping out books, like I guess like folders and folders of like laws that he was trying to take off. And as soon as he did that shit, those restrictions, he started saying, yo, because of this, that's how the economy was great. Look at me using the word great. I know that's probably triggering people who still like think that Trump is a racist or whatever. And I'm pretty sure we all have that one racist uncle, and we just laugh at it. But now, because we have to be politically correct, we have to get triggered by everything. That's how you start a hive mind, when everybody gets triggered off the same thing. And what's bad is bad. It's not. Let me not take it that way, but you know what I'm saying? Like, people are even scared to say certain words, and they're not even on TV. And I don't want to live like that. Like, hell no. I'm not like I'm gonna fucking go yell fire in a fucking movie theater, but you know what I mean? Like, eventually they're gonna say, yo, you can't say this other word now because people get offended, and then it's just like, oh my god. You could tell, like, if you say, like, in front of like one of those feminazis, if they ever hear you say, damn, yo, that girl look good, excuse me. You could tell, like, I just got entangled in way different topics, right? That's how it is in this podcast, yo. But, yeah, man, like, sometimes I'll be thinking, like, yo, who else want to jump into politics? I don't know, but just regular rich people, and they have no, like, I don't know. And Trump himself, how about that one? He was the one that was like, and he was saying in interviews, like, if I ever go broke, I'm gonna go into politics. He did say that. That's why I take everything with a grain of salt. I remember it, hopefully. Boom. And I have that there, because you never know how that shit is. They made it difficult as fuck for him, though. That's for sure. Every time he wrote something good, they wrote something bad about him in the press, everywhere. Now this dude Biden's like, yo, 800 in Ukraine. And I'm like, God damn. And people be like, yo, but you know what's going on over there is bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. And once again, I say this like in the last podcast too. I understand. But when they found no weapons of mass destruction in the Middle East, I forgot it was Iraq or whatever, Iran or Iraq. Like, these people were bombing fucking weddings. They were bombing weddings. Where was the Ukraine? Where was the Middle East or wherever Iran? Where was that in the Grammys or whatever? It was nowhere. They're not gonna speak about that. There was literally people, like, because I guess it's illegal. Like, that's all war crimes. you gotta bomb like a facility, nigga, or like, okay, like if there's an army, I don't know, I guess you could do that, but you can't bomb like regular civilians. Like, what the fuck? I think that's what war crime is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, which I am. But you know what I'm saying? Like, where was that? Where was McDonald's saying, yo, whoa, America's doing that? We shutting down McDonald's. Fuck that. Hell no, you ain't see that. So now when they trying to do that to Russia, when we know that's a long beef that's been happening with Ukraine, because Ukraine is over here fucking riding off of NATO. So then look what happened. They got fucking invaded, and NATO was like, nah, and they was like supply them a little bit, but NATO ain't gonna get into that shit. Because why don't NATO just make Ukraine part of the United Nations? I don't know what the hell that called, but under NATO just want to be playing the instigator, because once they topple Russia, these people are gonna want total domination. Then they could just handle China whenever they want. But that's why Russia is obviously, has to be in good terms with China, because they know that it's like these people want total world domination, a new world order. They just saying it, and we just, not me, obviously, I've been knowing about this shit, but the majority of people, they just looking right over it. He said new world order. Oh yeah, I don't care. That's why. Until they see a fucking bomb drop in front of them, and that's when they're gonna start fucking. They're gonna start fucking panicking. And they're like, what happened? Yeah, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? And then these motherfuckers are pretty good at fucking keeping us, like, as soon as we be like, whoa, what's going on? That Hunter Biden laptop, what? Boom, the Will Smith fake ass smack. Maybe it was real. I spoke about that before. I don't care. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I ain't gonna front. My whole fucking feed. I couldn't believe it. It was my whole fucking feed full of that shit. It felt like every page, which including me, right? Because I ended up speaking about that shit on the podcast. I mean, I had to speak on it because I don't know, whatever. But listen, when you look at shit like that, you look at the low ratings, these people probably be creating their own fucking stage shits. That fucking Mike Tyson's like, yo, I mean, maybe that dude was, obviously he must have been drugged up or something. Not Mike Tyson, but the other dude, because how can you just be like, yo, that's Mike Tyson, and keep antagonizing them? Like, what the hell he's doing in the flight? Right? Like, how that motherfucker lives? That must be a crazy motherfucker in his neighborhood, right? So, I don't know. It's either, to me, it's like either that person is like one of the wildest people ever that somehow gets on flights or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe he's like a agent provocateur, like to agitate, to get a fucking a lawsuit. There are those people that are like that. That's been happening since way before. Like, as soon as like lawsuits and all that shit came about, like, there are people that just appear to rappers that know that they hot-headed. They must have done that shit to Mike Tyson that time, because a punch from Mike Tyson, that's all they want. That's all they need. Get that paycheck. Can you believe that? That's sad though. Like, hopefully this incident changes it, like that rule. Because if it's like that, then everybody would just come in and just get you agitated, and you punch them, then you get a lawsuit. I would be so fucking pissed. And as soon as that's exactly what happened, TMZ reported he's gonna look into lawyers and all that shit. I feel like everything is a fucking racket, right? And then here's the thing that gets me mad about these politicians. These people are basically lobbying, receiving money from different companies and shit. That should be illegal, right? And they push whoever's the highest bidder in a way. That happens also. So, like, look at Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. Their dealings with Ukraine and China. You feel me? And that's gonna come out most likely. But these are the people who probably set up events to happen just to problem, reaction, solution us to death. And create context, or create history in a weird way, because these people are literally all lawyers. All these politicians are just professional ass lawyers. You know, some of them are whack, so I ain't gonna say all professional ass lawyers, but these people are just basically, they all have a degree in law, whatever. They know how to manipulate shit, so they know how to frame a certain situation. Yo, what y'all need? Yeah, we need to take guns away. I bet. Damn, we gonna take guns away, but this is America. Fuck. Damn, and just imagine, like, I mean, maybe the liberal cities, maybe they will go with it, but not the middle. You know, the middle of the United States. What we gonna do? Alright, I got it back. Let's make sure we agitate those cities that are, you know, that don't care about who, you know, that are most likely agree. They'll probably find a way to see a poll or whatever, or which spots in America mostly agree without that, you know, to ban guns or whatever, and they'll probably create a situation there. Boom. And they'll get agitated. Eventually they expect other cities to relate. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's problem, reaction, solution. Then they're gonna say, yo, you know what? We need to take the guns away. And they will do that shit especially in the Republican cities where you could, you know, when your people are proud to have a gun because it's your fucking right. Like right now in New York, I should have my own gun. But then, you know, these motherfuckers come up with another weird way to loop it up and say, but the Second Amendment, we all shall bear arms. Now, New York probably did that shit a long time ago. Like, yeah, but this New York is the main tourist city. But I mean, think about it. When somebody comes in with a gun in a fucking restaurant in New York, you're fucked until police comes. That's why, in a weird way, we probably all complaining about AI, but think about it, if AI could be smart enough to not fucking be programmed to fucking wild out on us, you know what I'm saying? Which I still think that's inevitable. I still think that, because you're only gonna get smarter. Once you get smarter than us and start passing us, then that's it. You're done. We're fucked. But imagine you could, each restaurant could buy a AI robot that, you know, will sense like, you know, a robbery or whatever, and, you know, take care of the action right there, instead of like, oh shit, we gotta call the cops. Yeah, hurry up, and the motherfuckers over here ringing off shots. God forbid, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I don't have a fucking job in the government, I guess, because like, what the fuck y'all doing with your money? I want to send money over here, over there, and you know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers ain't do shit here. Like, it sure feels like that. They want to blame every fucking country now for inflation. Or like, yeah, well, just remember, because this motherfucker Biden goes on his Twitter, just remember, people, the reasons like this is because of COVID and Putin. I'm like, God damn, y'all even gonna tweet that out? God, like, y'all red-handed. Like, I don't know. This country is fucking yo, it got mad issues. Like, I understand why immigrants just come here and just work and they don't give a fuck. Like, who you want me to vote? Well, these two white people? All right, whatever. So who y'all want me to vote for? This one? All right, bet. But they just come here, they're gonna live their life, they're gonna work or whatever. But the people who've been here, who see this bullshit, who see behind the curtain, they're like, whoa, hold up. You know what I mean? So I guess it's two ways to have, you know, two ways to think about it, because at the end of the day, it makes you feel like, okay, so now because they're like that, you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying, continue on because life goes on. And it's like, yeah, but now look what they did with that whole COVID shit. Like, people who probably fucking worked all their lives to get at a good position must have lost their job because they really felt like, yo, hold up, I'm not bugging. These people don't got their facts straight. And they get fucking fired. So who knows if Trump is saying that shit came from China and he was persistent on that shit, what the fuck you think is coming down the pipe? This nigga Trump even was on a interview recently saying that we should get reparations for China. When I heard it, I was like, whoa. And that's when I was like, makes me think of that one shit that he said. Because I think they asked him about reparations. Maybe they didn't, but they asked him, what you think will solve crime and all that, whatever that goes on in America. He said money would. Once everybody will be safe with money, the crime will go down. And I forgot what else he said after that. He said like basically they should be like explaining like I don't know if he was explaining it, but he was basically saying like money eventually, the more money people will make in the country, the less crime there will be. But yeah, it needs to start from the bottom also or shit, whatever. He was breaking it down like that. So it wasn't reparations, but now when you see flash forward and he's talking about reparations but for America completely, that will knock out one, reparations from specifically blacks, African Americans here, that, you know, really was, I guess, I don't know how they're gonna probably really go and prove each person, but they maybe they could, who knows, and they will give them reparations. But not only that, everybody who's here who also suffering, but you know, that is not black, and it's like, yo, this fucking government or whatever, like, what the fuck? Hispanics, every country, anybody from every country that came or whatever, they will get paid off because of something that happened, which was COVID. But was it worth it? Hell no. People died, like, you know, and they must have up the fucking volume on that flu, because, you know, and I would never forget, my mom said this to me. That's what I'm like, I give props to my mom, because out of all these people who are fucking brainwashed, I would have thought, damn, my mom just watched 2 channels, you know? But nah, she has, that's why there's no excuse for people, because she has logic. God damn, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, yo, isn't it funny how basically is affecting a lot of old elderly people, and it's just for them not to, like, I guess she connected that shit to like retirement and pension and shit. I was like, God damn, you're right, yo, because they could easily sweep that money off. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sad. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe she's wrong, maybe there's like, oh yeah, but you know, if you do this and this law, there's a law for this, there's a law for that. But damn, man, like, to use a pandemic, you never know, man. And then these people providing a vaccine that you cannot sue them for. Well, you know, take your time. We was taking our time for a whole year. The same people who y'all was praising and making TikTok videos for were the same ones that y'all basically all fired. We're gonna look back at this time and like, yo, yeah, these were the people who were wrong and these people were right all along. And it's crazy because even at that time I was like, yo, am I wrong though? But then little by little, it didn't even take like a couple years. I'm like, fuck, man. No, it took literally months after that inconsistency started to happen. And people still didn't get it. That's when you know, like, you know, these people, they the people who rule, if they ruled the earth or whatever, whoever's in charge, I don't know, whoever, Satan or whatever, they definitely got some great data off this whole shit, because they found out that you could easily separate people. Woo! You could easily separate people. All you got to do right now, like, basically, if you're a Democrat, you really want to ratchet up, just keep having white people kill black people. Fake it. You could fucking cause a super uproar. You know? And obviously, it's just, they probably really do that. Who knows? But they probably can get reprimanded for that. Obviously, if you get caught though, look how easy they were trying to do that botched ass job from Jussie Smollett. It was too many inconsistencies. That was like a super bad, poor job done. And then when you see his ties with Kamala Harris, you know, it just feels like Trump became president. He signed shit for us or whatever, but he activated like a super huge switch that said bad people, that was on bad people, and he switched it like that, bing, and it was to good people or some shit, because the Democrats are literally getting caught for almost everything that they blame Trump for. I never seen this. And like, I'm not a Trump fan. Like, I sound like I am, and yeah, I am. Fuck it. You know, but we got receipts, so I'm just chilling. I'm in my beach chair in my house. And it's winter outside. Imagine. But I'm in my beach chair, man. Because you know, people telling me like, yo, nigga, you was right. And that was just me. Imagine Alex Jones that was preaching about this shit way before. And even I was like, oh, this nigga's lying. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it connects to why they killed JFK. Maybe JFK got to him. Like, oh, hold on, you want to change it too much. Chill. You know? And I heard Nixon was one that wanted to change shit up, but they framed him with the Watergate scandal. Ronald Reagan, they a botched attempt on his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's pretty scary out there. And the way they protect presidents, my nigga, Don't think that it's just that easy to get to them. Maybe because it was the 80s. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't know, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Abraham Lincoln. It's just like fuzzy shit. Like, how the hell you get at a president? You feel me? But then again, you never know their real life. You never know their real life. Imagine, I'm gonna just use an example. Just imagine if there's a president in a fucking, even though like I say imagine, but y'all could just easily relate it to what I'm talking about, which I was talking about just now, fucking American presidents. But all right, Abraham Lincoln, right? But let's say there's another president that was a super fan favorite, but behind the camera, he was a fucking Jimmy Savile, savage ass, fucking, you know, monster, pervert, all that. And his charm wins people, but the people behind the curtain knows who that person really is. And let's say he's really a bad fucking person. You imagine that situation, like, yo, what the fuck we gonna do? This dude is like a Michael Jordan when he speaks to people, but we know the real deal about him, and it's fucked up. You imagine now what they're gonna do, what they have to do to, you know, I guess expose them, right? You would think that, but just imagine you like trying to do that like to like one of the Dominican presidents, like Trujillo and shit. You know what I mean? Like, he probably did shit that people, no, he did, you know, is written. And people probably in his camp disagree, but what you gonna do? Because, yo, I'm gonna be the tough guy. Yeah, Trujillo, you're fucked up for doing this. Are you crazy, nigga? He'll look at you like, what? You're still talking and you see you like, wait, whoa, is that my body over there? Yeah, nigga, that's your body over there, like 2 meters away from your head. Talking that shit. Because by the time you even think about that sentence, you can, Trujillo, tú estás mal, and then by then you be like, oh, that's my head over there? I'm like, that's my head. Like, yo, that's my body over there? Yo, how'd that happen? Nigga cut you with a sword as soon as you said that shit. You can tell, like, that's why I can go balls deep in conspiracy, yo, because you just never know, man. Like, first of all, when they lied to me about Jesus' skin tone, that's when I just gave up on everything. I was like, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Like, and y'all push that Brad Pitt Jesus on us? Like, oh, hell no. You know? So after that, it's just like, I don't put it past anybody to lie about history. Think about it. Like, I was just having a conversation with my cousin recently, and we was talking about like, history. And then we was like, yo, you imagine if they be like, yeah, the great king slaughtered the enemy and this and that, and they would never like that. Like, one of his homeboys did it, but in the paper, in the written history or whatever, they would just mention that the great king did that. And he's probably like a pussy and shit. They do that with rappers, right? So we can't even put that on the table. But it's these fucking sellout politicians that they don't give a fuck. They'll sell out the country, live in another country, take a vacation. But these people have no fucking soul, obviously. And they fucking they push policies, they brainwash people, and they even brainwash corporations too. Or corporations brainwash the politicians, which the politicians eventually will brainwash the celebrities will eventually brainwash us. Because, yo, who would have thought fucking Disney's going hard on that grooming shit? Like, hold up, y'all really don't want to, y'all really gonna change, like, when y'all want to change bathrooms to just like one single fucking bathroom or whatever? Like, what's going on with that? And it feels like it's all being so rushed that you could tell what the fuck changed, what the hell happened. Like, if y'all gonna do a rollout, like, take y'all fucking time, maybe convince us. But these people are doing like so desperately, like every time is a new story. And who knows? I'll be thinking like, yo, you think it's basically to basically hurry up and get to normalizing pedophilia so all these politicians could kind of get away scot-free and get on lesser terms? Listen, I can't even think that deep. So I know that's like, oh, use this motherfucker. Yeah, right, or whatever. And listen, you never know, man. You never know. You never know. They rushing so fast. They even told Disney, a place that take care of not take care of our kids, but we don't trust them, obviously, but we take our kids there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And here's the thing. It's not all, they're doing it on purpose so we could just be talking bad and offend people who are just gay, who are adults. It's not that though. Even they know it's not like that. Because they gotta feel like, damn, though, I do see so much promotion of this, but you don't even see no more promotion of the nuclear family. Like, what happened with that? That's the part that I just get like upset at. Where I know y'all showing Spider-Man is now this. Spider-Man, okay, but can y'all just like focus on the family? Because, you know, look how many people the divorce rate been up. If y'all gonna brainwash us in good ways too. God damn, you see, like this one, you know, like I cannot get a job because I will fucking I'll do my thing there. Just, oh, you want me to manipulate it with this? All right, bet. Yeah. So obviously, if you see that it's like that, it's obviously somebody changing the trajectory, I guess, of humanity in a way. Because if you switch us all to just being gay, then we won't populate. Every girl likes girls, every guy likes guys. That's what they want, according to promotion of almost everything. To the point that they want to. There's already a group that is called Boy Love, which is called NAMBLA. See, that's been out there, and we probably don't know that. I want to see a real. If you're a real rapper, whoever's obviously no rappers listening to this, but think about it. If there's a real rapper, why that rapper won't talk about NAMBLA? Like, why the fuck NAMBLA is out there? They will never touch that shit. They will never touch that shit. And these are real gangsters. Only one who I could see touch that shit is like Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie is an American. He has to have like a name in a, you know, like how they have names or schools and shit in people's name in honorary, because Boosie is a celebrity, and I guess he doesn't care, you know, because he can get money in the streets. I don't know how, but that's the realest motherfucker out there. Because he goes out his way to say opinions that other rappers will probably be like, yo, y'all can interview me, but don't ask me what do I think about Lil Boosie, about how he thinks about blank, blank, blank. Because these people probably agree with Boosie, but they don't want to say it because they got to watch out for their money. That's when you're controlled. That's when you feel like you're a slave. So you can have as much money as you want. Yeah, you can buy the little thing that you like. That's nice. All right, but don't you ever have an opinion then. You sell out your opinion for the paycheck. That's slavery. That's high-tech slavery. You don't have a chain that you just dragging that shit. You're not dragging that shit. You're dragging it in your brain, in opinions. When somebody says something out of line, you get triggered like, oh, he said this. You can't say this. You can't say this. That's how it is. And that's how you get blackballed. Duh. I remember that one chick went to the MTV Awards, was it, or the Grammys? No, you could tell she waited for the best one, for the Grammys. I forgot what's her name. She made a dope song a long time in the 90s. And I always remember like, oh, she took that picture down. But I didn't really care when it happened because I already had my opinions about who the picture of, you know, the person in the picture that she ripped. So she says something like, this is a lie, or some shit like that. And she shows a picture of the Pope and she rips it apart. Let me see if I can play it. Fuck it. Let's get bad tonight. Fuck it. She ripped the paper of the Pope. And you can tell that was shocking. You can tell everybody in Hollywood, they can never say their real opinion about that shit. What she knows about the Pope. What she found out as a celebrity. And me, I always used to pass by the kitchen and I see my mom or whatever. And my mom, oh, look, the Pope. And I was in my house like, man, fuck that motherfucker. I had that spirit, man. I praise the Most High, man. And I also, listen, not to always bring it back to my brother, but hey, this is my brother's episode, fuck it. But, thank God, I praise the Most High also for giving me the strength. You know what I'm saying? Because the shock of this is very hurtful, you feel me? But I don't know, man. I grieve differently. Like I said before, like people probably just see me doing this podcast like, oh my God, your brother died. Like, why would you gonna do a podcast or you gonna play music? I handle it different. I had a lot of my friends, not a lot, I'm not gonna say I got a lot, but I have, lost people before. Now this was as strong as my brother, but I also like to remember him in a different way. Like, yes, he's not gonna be here. It fucking sucks. But you know, like this is how I grieve. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta keep busy, man, because if you keep thinking about it, you're gonna keep getting these headaches. Probably won't sleep at night and shit. And my fucking nose already. I don't know if y'all probably could notice it, but it's got a fucking stuffy nose. But though, yeah, I praise the Most High that He gave me that strength to, you know, to grieve like this. You know, I'm also that person that's like, just because you're not fucking wailing everywhere and shit, that means that you don't care about what happened. You know, no, hell no. Different people grieve differently. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna really spread awareness and awareness for this and awareness for that, then awareness for this too, because I'm pretty sure I will probably look crazy to other people with shit, because some people really be talking like, yo, you saw that person? Yeah, they cried a lot. And it's like, what, we gonna have a crying contest? I don't grieve like that. You know what I'm saying? I grieve at like, and I grieve selfishly. Like, I just want to be sometimes home alone, listening, remembering my brother, listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's bad. And maybe a lot of people agree with me. So, you know, but I just have that thought because I'm like, ugh, I hope people don't see it like this. You know what I'm saying? What I was talking about? Oh, the women ripping the Pope photo. Hold up. Pope Sinead O'Connor. I don't know what's her name. Pope picture ripped. There you go. You see? Yeah, Sinead O'Connor. Yo, I had it right. I felt iffy about that because I'm like, yo, ain't that the chick from Terminator? Listen to this.
When you tore the Pope's picture up on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, damn. Maybe I can't play that one, but fuck. Hold up. Right.
Fight the real enemy.
Oh, hold on. What was this? Oh, you could tell it was quiet. They were like, you could tell the producer was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? It was the red alarm. Where was this at though? Fight the Real Enemy. Bob Marley. War. Performed by Sinead O'Connor. Also, it was a performance. You could tell they were like, yeah, but I seen. Oh, don't rip the fucking Pope. But what she knows. That's my whole thing. What she knows. And when we hear it now in conspiracy, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist? Yeah, you're a conspiracy theorist, dude. Yeah, that's it. And that's how you can gauge somebody's fucking I don't want to say IQ because I heard also like IQ, and what the fuck am I talking about? The guy I heard, but you know, there's I guess a conversation that the IQ doesn't really match your how smart you are. And matter of fact, that might be obviously true because there's people out here with fucking tons of paper hanging on their wall and a high salary, and the government can still get one over your head. And I'm over here in the middle of the Washington Heights like, yo, am I bugging? Nigga, fucking Neo, I unplugged. But, you know what I'm saying, back to that picture, like I heard a bunch of shit about the Pope and all that shit. And then the weirder thing is that sometimes a lot of information comes out that is like, whoa, and people would just not rebel. But then again, when you speak to them about I guess, yeah, that's why they connect, because you speak to people about the Bible, and then they look at these people, the popes, who's getting a bad rap for that. And I don't know if y'all heard already or not, but if you read the Bible for real, which I haven't read the Bible completely, so don't get it twisted, but you know, I do see discussions about people who do read the Bible, and it's not in religions, because that's another thing. Religion also, you know, does a great job of not making the Bible look good. But they will tell you that salvation is not for everybody, and that is in the Bible. So when people go and think that John 3:16, that salvation is for everybody or whoever who believes in him, yeah, but he's talking about of specific people, you know, and whoever want to have like a battle of me, I guess, for that, to think about that, don't battle me, battle the people who I see. because battling me is a handicap. I don't know the whole Bible. I'm just going by what they say and how people refute it, and logically thinking, they have a fucking reason to believe that. If you break down the Bible from the King James, because after that, 1611 Bible, the year it came out, after that, everything was like a newer version of a newer term, but it's off the original one. And before the original one, obviously, the whole story of the King James was him who hired different people, scholars and shit. Can we trust them? Maybe. Who knows, right? I ain't gonna sit here and say that. But they did the translation from the Bible, from Hebrew and Roman to English. And if there was inconsistencies, I guess by now we'll find out, like, oh, wait a minute, no, this don't mean this. I think there is one, though. It has to do with Thanksgiving, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, man, like, these people just don't want to say nothing against the Pope. Who is the Pope? You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure they got some nasty shit hitting under those so-called churches. Underground passage. You just never know. Look at Jimmy Savile. Like that documentary in Netflix. That shit is no joke, man. This nigga was getting knighted by the fucking kings of Britain and all that shit. You think they didn't know what he was into? Why he was knighted? He's just a good cool guy, a TV dude. That's it. Something's rotten in Denmark. Let me leave it like that. I'm not talking about politics too much, right? But we have to. We were forced into this, yo. Not forced. We're not forced, but no, kinda. You know what I'm saying? Because now we got to look at who the fuck is doing these sloppy ass jobs and why we got to pay so much money for fucking, if you want to buy fucking meat patties and shit. You know what I mean? Like, these niggas really fucking up our lives. Like, that's why we got to pay attention to politics, because before it wasn't fucking with us like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, who's this president? Whatever. And we was younger too, so I ain't gonna say like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's a huge part, and we gotta maintain, because we don't want to be. You don't want to end up having your kids complain about future shit that we could have changed now. Damn, that's a fucking quote. Let me take a sip, man. Straight facts, man. But anyways, I am listening to the Pusha T album. So far, I like it. I don't know if it's hitting like that first, like the album before that, Daytona, which came out like 3 years ago. But this one song I'm just replaying over and over. It's just dope. The sample is dope. By obviously who? Kanye fucking West. Ye Bezos. Yazos. Ye Bezos. Yazos. It was half of the album, 6 tracks produced by Kanye, 6 tracks produced by Pharrell. Pharrell, you can kind of usually tell a beat that's Pharrell. He always put a little tambora and all that shit. There's a beat though that was done by Kanye that it sounded like a Pharrell beat though, but it's not. It was just a sample. But Pusha T's lyrics, whatever, it's cool. He was just like, yo, you and your wife combining y'all income. I'm like, God damn, nigga, what you want? I'm looking at my, yo, how much you making over there? But I was just like, damn, that nigga, I like your music, nigga, but you fucking, diss me like that? Like, nigga, that's what you're supposed to do. And he's just talking bullshit. That's why I just take rap as art, as a painting. You think I'm gonna be like, yo, hold up. So in the painting, this nigga killed him? Yo, why he ain't in jail? Like, it's a painting, my nigga. You know, so that's how I'm gonna view this music. It's just these people, some of these rappers, they just too scared to say that because they were raised also part in that lifestyle that you really had to do it. You know what I'm saying? So now look at Tekashi. He's still gonna get views because all you gotta do is leave again, make he's one hit away, literally. But not even, because he's so blackballed but at the same time what you gonna do? Take off, ban him from the internet because he snitched? Yo, I swear, if it happens, that won't surprise me. Nah, but come on, it can't get to the Senate. It can't pass the Senate. You know what I'm saying? God damn. You imagine that shit? Thank God we have like at least a Senate, and that's why they fight for Senates, you know what I'm saying, who to put in or not. Because, I always thought it was really only the president, but I ain't gonna front. There's a lot of intricate shit That's why politics is dirty, man. Probably people go in there and they just be like, all right, you know what? I thought it was a different way, but it's like this. Fuck it. Let me just make my money and I get out of here and I retire early. You never know. You never know. But back to the Push album. It's dope. The song that I like a lot is called Dreaming of the Past. That fucking sample is so dope. And the rap that he does on this too is hot also. You know what I mean? So dope album. By the way, GQ magazine came out with like a article written by Elliot Wilson, and that's the dude from Rap Radar. So I hope it's a different Elliot Wilson, because he got some explaining to do. Or you could tell they hit him with like $1 million and be like, yo, just make this triggering article. And the article title is Future the Best Rapper Alive. I'm like, yo, hold up. You see? But that's why like these people create this bullshit. It's to have us saying, oh, no way, yo, and then I share it, and then that person shares it, yo, that person shares it. That's just promotion now. Can you believe it's gotten that bad? It's smart though. I can't front. It's smart. That just basically is gonna make Jay-Z go, nigga, are you serious? You're gonna come from the cloud, nigga. Talking about rappers. This is fucked up to say, but this is dude called Hassan Campbell. Look at me spilling the tea, right? But nah, it has to be said. It has to be said. And I say it has to be said because it's like, this is for those people who idolize artists. And it's just like, hold up, my nigga. You know, take it with a grain of salt. You never know these people's backgrounds. And this is just nothing because it was just gay shit, whatever. But this people got skeletons that we never know. We just think that, you know, by the outside appearance, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not into certain things that we would disagree with. You feel me? But Hassan Campbell, one of those YouTubers with a lot of following. He's from the Bronx. And I seen him when he had like, I don't know how many viewers, like double-digit thousands. And then he got like 300K. It's been a while. I guess ex-gangster had bodies already that he killed, went to jail for that or whatever. And he recorded Wack 100, one of the people who's from the West Coast who knows about Nipsey Hussle. And they were saying how they got Nipsey Hussle recorded doing gay shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. That's crazy that had to come out. That's crazy. But that, you know, that's why I don't idolize certain artists, man. You never know their background. You know, you never know their background. Just imagine other artists that they got videos of doing some crazy shit or maybe something crazier. You know, you just never know. And that's none of our business, right? I get it. But can you believe that people got videos of people? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, y'all trying to extort them? Y'all in the LA? Like, what's going on? Or maybe somebody else was trying to extort him, but shit, what the fuck? Or it leaked or something, or I don't know how sloppy that was, but Jesus Christ, it's crazy how shit is, yo. People whose lifestyle are wild, yo. The specific gay stuff that they want to say, I don't even know what exactly it was. Like, well, no, it was just some, I guess, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm not even going to be getting into that. But it's just crazy how, like, people can get like dirt on you, like how long they had that shit, and maybe did that lead to maybe him straying away from a certain group, and which eventually brought his death, you know what I'm saying, that killed him? Cause I heard that when that whole assassination shit they did on him, like that was even some sketchy shit, like when it came to people like who was behind it, like, oh, he called him a snitch and that's it. Like, I don't know. They were talking about like some 30% off his catalogs and shit. Man, there was some sloppy shit being said. And it's just crazy. Like, this hip hop shit is like, yo, only here and only in hip hop. Like, this is when I need these white people, these white politicians to get into hip hop and make it illegal to go and like charge people because you're coming to my state and I want to protect it. Like, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Like, do you see that shit in country music? It must be. because they must have got the idea from somehow, somebody, I guess. Maybe not. Can you imagine? Kenny Rogers needs to check in when he comes to New York. Yeah, the Temptations. Yeah, you got to check in when you come to the South. Like, what the fuck? Stevie Wonder. Yeah. You gonna see my people come if you don't check in LA and pay-per-view. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's just like so much like wrestling. It's fucking ridiculous. But I'm gonna end it here. This was just, obviously I use my podcast for people who don't know or are listening now, whatever, yada yada. I use my podcast as a form of therapy also, you know what I'm saying? I say part of it because the real reason is because, you know, I just have so many shit to say. And hey, we got the technology right now to do a podcast. You know, why not? But it's also, as I did it, it also feels, or whatever, how you say that shit? It ended up being also a form of therapy. Because I tell you what, all this promotion of like, yo, do you go to a therapist? And I see it everywhere on TV. I'm like, god damn, like, you know, like how much the fucking America damaged people's brains that is skyrocketing. This is when you know, like, these politicians ain't doing shit. You see? Let me not go into that. I was just gonna close out the show, but I really don't believe in therapists, because only if you do not have no friends, no family, you got nowhere to go to, then yeah, go to a therapist. But if you have friends that can listen to you, don't be afraid, because they will listen. You just gotta be also willing to be like, yo, can you listen to me real quick and give me some pointers on this shit? People will do it. You know, just don't expect always people to just notice that you looking sad today. What is it? No, we grown men also. Well, this is for the men. For the young people, it might be different. So I guess, but you know, like, this is how it was in the 90s. Hey, look at me lying. Like, I should never said that, right? I'm gonna just close the show off. Anyways, if you need therapy, if you feel like that helps, then go ahead and take it. But for people who are also in the like, oh my God, why people or feel weird, different, listen, if you have friends, speak to them first. Now, if they saying things to you, you feel like you're not being heard, then you go to a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Me, I grieve different. I have a different view on life. You know, I thank the Most High that I'm still awaking every day. You know what I'm saying? And just because my brother passed, I'm not gonna hate God. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I could have easily been dead before him. There's been times that I could have died. There's been times my brother could have died. He told me stories before. You feel me? And at least, you know, he brought in 2 kids. It's sad that he leaves 2 kids behind, and his other 2 daughters also, who's still very young, you know, and you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's still sad no matter what, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that he also was living his life. Could you imagine, like I think I mentioned this before already today, but imagine those who just save money, and you know, that's why I won't go out or whatever, and they don't really grasp life, how it is to travel and shit, which part of that is me, because I haven't really traveled, but that's because I'm afraid of planes. But I have traveled almost under the pistol to Las Vegas, because if my friends is going over there, how the fuck I look staying over here like, yeah, nigga, because of a plane? Man up, you feel me? That's my little bullshit ass scared of heights and shit. I'm scared of planes, but eventually it's gonna have to happen. Especially my father moved to Dominican Republic, so I have to fucking get on that fucking plane. I can't take no fucking, oh, take this and shit, it'll knock you out. Hell no, nigga. My body's like, that shit ain't working. Probably does with all these badass drugs they have now, but I ain't doing none of that shit. But yeah, you know, it makes you think about life, man, because it's like work, barely time for yourself to enjoy your life, and then something happens, and then next thing you know, you're in the hospital now because you can't really move, or you can't really go out and do what you did because now something came up and your organ is failing. You know what I mean? Like, it makes you just appreciate that you're living every day, because I know every day you're not gonna go out and have a fucking blast in the time of your life. You're gonna have bad days, and then when we have bad days, what's gonna happen? we're gonna just start looking around and start blaming. Like, we gotta also remember, like, we live in America too, so there's a lot of people that are not gonna leave their little campo in a different third world country. You feel me? So just the fact that we able to see people daily, different, you know what I'm saying, here living in America, United States, where, you know, it's not like a cop could just, well, I was gonna say not just like a cop can just come easily shoot you, and that shit been happening. Look at me trying to fucking cop out for America, right? But I be just watching these videos like of third world country, like, not third world countries, I don't want to say that, but some hoods in some places, and those people who are living their life to the fullest, even though sometimes most of them probably thinking like their dream is to probably come to America because that's all they heard about, and we're here. So that also goes for people who feel bad about, you know, their life or something. Like, you know, we're all blessed. And think of, put it like this: when you see this is how I'm gonna get nasty. When you see how much fucking sperm makes it in a vagina, and out of all that sperm, millions of them, you come out, you already won the fucking Royal Rumble, nigga. Unless you have a twin, and that's like a tie. But, you know, that even makes life more precious, man. And if this is, imagine this is a simulation, and you want to unplug, and I'm like, yo, hold up, you unplug from a video? And you're like, no, let me go back. You can't go back. So worst comes to worst, at least, you know, enjoy life, view life. And for people who are not enjoying life, because there's people that commit suicide, you know, and that's a big issue too. You know, and who knows who is in that train of thought. It will come from the people who you least expect. You know what I'm saying? I knew a couple people who committed suicide. So it's I see like, thank God, like, I see life a little bit different. I could just make a joke out of it too at the same time, because sometimes it can get dark, yo. You know what I'm saying? But imagine how hard it is to make it to life, and you're on life, and this is like, maybe I could change something or change the attitude on certain things, and also know right from wrong, because a lot of these people be fucking dying or putting themselves in bad position because they don't know right from wrong. Like, some people might not have that filter, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they go out there and start fucking joining gangs and shit. That's how it is. And also, we all have a brain. There's no excuses too. Like, we all know right from wrong. There's some hoods that just because you're born into that hood or into that family, you have to join that gang, and there's fucking nothing but fucking crime and murder and all that shit that comes with it. But it's like, yo, how come if we all look alike, how come we cannot just be like, yo, hold up, what if we all unite? Look, I know, here it is, oh, we are the world, I know, but think about it. All it takes is one rapper that or the next Cardi B song or the next Megan Thee Stallion song to be like, yo, fucking, we unite in block by block. You could tell right there, white people be like, whoa, oh, what the fuck y'all doing? But it's true. Y'all want to blame white people or not? So if we're gonna blame white people, why are we gonna keep killing each other? Oh, no, but that's different. No, it's not. It's not different. And let me be honest, New York City specifically, the hoods. We get offended, right? Oh, the hood. But let's be honest, sometimes the hood be looking dirty, and it's us that be doing that shit. You see people also just walking around and just their attitude is just like, they drink something, they throw right there on the floor. And I'm not talking about like homeless people. And that makes you think like, yo, what the fuck? Who the fuck you think you are? That's when you know I'm getting older, right? I should end it right here. But it's just shit like that. It's like, yo, we want to talk shit about the white people, right? Because we in the hood. But when we look in the hood, sometimes we look around, it's like, yo, we got to clean up after ourselves first. And then we can go to the white man like, yo, America, we all united. Change this law, change this, change that. Yeah, no, because look who I have behind me. And you show the amount of people and the amount of pull you have. And you be like, yeah, you want to be mayor? That's not going to happen if you don't give us that. And that's when you know the FBI going to knock on my door. What the fuck you doing in there telling people that? All it takes is that. And can you believe that all these artists could have said that or could have done that? They have money already, so they can do whatever they want. But who is paying them? Who? And I'm saying that to Kanye too. But I guess it's easy to say, and then when you just say it out there, in one ear and out the other, because you do have these motherfucking hardheads that be out there that don't give a fuck. But those are the cancers, and those are the ones that needs to go. know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not being productive to the community, to your own family, like, come on now. Every day it's like, yo, let's rob somebody or some shit. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. Because eventually it's gonna affect my son. And that's been happening throughout all the generations. Everybody's kids is getting deeper and deeper into some bullshit. And now we seeing the bullshit. Now we see the top people being exposed. They throw drugs and whatever, and they hit us with hard ass years to our fathers, to our parents, whatever, our brothers and whatever, incarcerated. And the president's son is doing shit that can get him incarcerated, and he's not incarcerated. On top of that, the media is protecting him. Like, there's no journalism. They all bought off. That's the whole point about this shit. This is why I get mad, and I know on my post I be looking crazy, but that's the whole thing. They bomb Middle East, they bomb other countries, they bomb and they will get into any country. The way they fucking set up agents in South America, they don't want to talk about that. But when somebody else is doing their own moves, oh no, let's all put the finger. Hey, all the cameras point, all the celebrities point at this over here. And then what happens? World War III, and who's gonna go? Their kids? No, they're not gonna go. You think Hunter Biden is gonna go? No, it's gonna be our kids, our youth. It feels like every time a Democrat gets in there, there's some another fucking war. There's somebody else. They gotta look for somebody to make that money. God damn. Anyways, enough of that. Pirate Radio, episode 48. Rest in peace, Maxie, my brother. I love you. Peace.